Have you ever been afraid of someone who ended up being really cool? In middle school, I moved to this really fancy school and felt out of place, especially when I had to deal with the girl everyone called the queen. She was the same age as me, but different in every way. She always had a driver pick her up and drop her off of school. She was dressed in expensive clothing and jewelry, but instead of respecting her, everyone feared her. Because one wrong move, and all of her followers at school would come raining down like a swarm of bees, ready to do her bidding. It was no exaggeration either because I saw it happen once when a guy had accidentally bumped into her in the hallways. Later that day, that kid got locked in the janitor's office and missed out on our math test. So when I got placed as her partner for a project, I felt very pressured to do well. Unfortunately, we clashed a lot. She wanted the project to be bright and colorful, while I wanted it to be minimal. And anytime I assigned something to her, she would just tell me to give her nanny anything that needs to be done so that neither of us had to do anything. I was pretty fed up and told her that if she wasn't willing to work together, I would do everything on my own, even without her nanny's help. She looked at me like she wanted to get angry, but surprisingly, she apologized and said that she was just stressed out because her family was leaving her again during the long weekend, while everyone else gets to do fun activities with their family. I felt pretty bad for yelling at her, now knowing that she had been stressed out because of her family. So I weakly invited her to join my family and said, "But you may not like it because it's camping, and it's not that fancy stuff you're used to." She agreed to join, saying that after the break, she promised to focus on the project and actually do the work. We agreed on the plan, and she got dropped off at our house along with her nanny, who was forced to join to keep an eye on her. At first, she complained about all the bugs and lack of places to go shopping, but then she started enjoying her time with our family. We first brought her out on the lake to learn how to go fishing properly. She squealed at the sight of live bait, and my family laughed at her priceless reaction. She threw in her line and frustratingly lost the fish a few times. I thought she would give up easily, but she continued to practice until she caught a tiny bass on her own. She grinned proudly, but made my dad throw the fish back into the lake because she didn't want to tough it. She later hung out with my brother to learn how to grill the fish, but her nanny eventually took over after she nearly burnt the first fish. By the end of the night, she blended in with the entire family, laughing and exchanging crazy stories. And even if neither side could relate to her stories, we all still loved laughing together. At night, we shared a tent, and she opened up about how she never got to do any activities with her family like this. She said, "Whenever I asked them to do something fun together, my parents would tell me to ask my nanny instead." I asked, "You don't like hanging out with your nanny? She's totally cool." She shook her head. "It's different though. Parents are supposed to be there for me when I achieve something or make mistakes or try things for the first time. But they didn't do any of that with me. Sometimes when my day is going really badly, I can't help but be mean to everyone around me at school, but I always feel terrible the day after." I told her my honest opinion, that she was honestly really scary and clearly seemed like someone who never experienced hardship before. I smiled and told her, "But today I watched you struggle to catch a fish, struggle to look at a worm, struggle to light a fire, and almost set our dinner on fire." She threw her pillow at me and we both laughed. She thanked me for all the experiences and promised to change how she was at school. I joked around saying, "But I'm too lazy to work on our project now. Can't we make your nanny do it?" She shook her head and said, "Nope, you and I are going to do it right. Let's struggle together."